Where do you see things going maybe the next 12, 18 months for the industry?
As much as I really don't want to probably say this, I think it's going to be a little bit of a downturn. And so I think the return to a stronger focus on the recurring revenue that league offers is going to be good. I think we'll see that when Expo comes up, that if you know the history of bowling, like in the 70s and 80s, so many centers like wall to wall, 2 shifts of bowling because that was what it was. At the
Yeah.
same time, they alienated a lot of people who walked in and got turned away because they were
Right.
full. And people got
Hmm.
trained not to come bowling.
Yeah.
Now, the people who enjoy just coming for fun may have to scale back a little bit, and getting more visits and more value out of who comes into your center is going to be key. And I think we'll see that bundling become, because I hate discounting. Discounting, I think, kills the industry, but I think
Yeah.
we'll see bundling to get people to stay longer and do more. And I think we'll see the return to league play, but I still think it's going to be more in a social format more than it is a competitive format. But
Okay.
and I think it's good. I mean, it's what I like about that is if we're running ads or you're running them or we are, you can spend more to
Yeah.
get somebody to convert if you think they're going to be 12 to 16 weeks customer at
Right.
20, 30 bucks a week
Yeah,
than you
exactly.
probably could than you
LTV.
could to get the public to come in and spend 20 bucks a head for open bowling. I think you're going to see
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if your LTV is going to be 400 or 500 bucks with food over a 16-week period, then you can easily spend 40, 50 bucks per person,
Yeah.
10% on marketing.
Yep.
That's a good deal.
And that was a conversation I would have at USBC, was that proprietors were like, why do I want to go after youth bowling when they're basically willing to pay 5, 6, $7 a week for their child? And then we really got to connect the dots between a child at 6, if they stick with it, could be your customer at 56, right? And
Right.
what could you make? And so if you spend a little more on the front end to kind of get those people in the door, you just got to keep them and provide stuff that kind of helps them get to the next levels.
Yeah, I think that's a concept that sometimes gets lost because it's really difficult to track. Like if you ask an average proprietor how much is a customer worth to you, it's so variable. One person might be worth 10 bucks for their lifetime. Another one might be 50,000. I know there's customers out there who spend $20,000 a year at a center, and then multiply that over a number of years. But really thinking of it from that perspective of what's the average of how much someone spends here, how often they come in, and how many years they stick around really helps to put it in perspective of what you're willing to spend to acquire a client and how much each of them are worth you, because you keep that 6-year-old, they stay around for 50 years, they're spending a certain amount each year. You got birthday parties thrown in there, they bring in other friends. One customer all of a sudden could be worth thousands when you're only looking at them at a single transaction point, like the $6 or $7 that you're talking about, but it adds up.
Yeah, big time, right? And I think that's how you build any business, right? Is you acquire new customers, keep them happy, try to get them back
Mhm.
more often, and then business will take care of itself. It just stinks when you get them in, lose them quickly, and then you got to go find
Yeah.
2 more to replace them. That's always,
Right.
I think that's a challenge to any business. And I think that retention, we could have a whole show on just retention and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. Keeping them around, having a good experience when they get there.
Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.